New today, KXAN investigators have learned the Texas Education Agency is asking a federal judge to dismiss a lawsuit accusing it of weaponizing its investigative authority to silence educators' free speech.
That lawsuit was filed earlier this year by the Texas American Federation of Teachers after the TEA launched investigations into hundreds of complaints accusing educators of making inappropriate social media posts about the shooting death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
KXAN investigator Kelly Wiley has been following this for us. And Kelly, what reasons did the agency give for why they're trying to convince a judge to toss this case out?
The filing makes two big points. The first centers around a letter that Education Commissioner Mike Morath sent just 2 days after Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk was assassinated. This letter was sent to every superintendent in the state, and at first, he said that they were made aware that there were social media posts from educators that he described as inappropriate and vile, and they were about Charlie Kirk. And then second in that letter, he said educators, superintendents needed to report any similar content they saw from educators to the state to be investigated. He later clarified or added to that statement saying that any of those social posts that they found to have incited violence, those educators would be referred for sanctions, potentially to lose their ability to teach in the state of Texas. But core to what they're saying in the filing is that that letter has been mischaracterized by the Texas AFT in their lawsuit. The Texas AFT said the letter had a chilling effect on speech. They said that this letter also led to confusion from educators around who to report, that it was vague. But the TEA's point they're making is that this was never asserting some new policy, but it was actually just reminding superintendents of their obligations to report any sort of misconduct. Obviously, the AFT does not agree with that assessment. They're saying that it absolutely had a chilling effect on speech.
And Kelly, it also looks like the agency was arguing the AFT failed to show the ongoing investigations have led to actual harm.
That's correct. That's the second big point that they're making in this filing. They said actually it's too early in the process that there would be any actual harm from the investigations. There was some acknowledgement that school districts on the local level were swift in their actions against educators who they found have made inappropriate comments. There were a lot of educators that were reprimanded, placed on administrative leave, some terminated, but the TEA says that's really not the same as these investigations that they're conducting. Those actions were taken by local school districts. And again, they're saying it's too early in the process. Texas AFT did outline in their lawsuit what they believe the harm is in those ongoing investigations. You may not know this, but educators, there's a Texas teacher lookup on TEA's website where you can type in any name and you can look up an educator's certification. And if an educator is under an ongoing investigation, it notes that. And so Texas AFT says there's reputational harm that comes with that. They're saying resources educators are having to seek out for potential legal representation. They're saying there could be long form harm while educators are looking for jobs even outside of education. So that's what they're laying out for what they believe that harm is, even while these investigations are in the early stage.
So you've laid out pretty well what the two sides in this lawsuit are arguing in the court filings, but outside of that, are we hearing anything else from the TEA or from the union?
We heard from the Texas Education Agency this morning, but only to tell us that what they are pretty consistent with, they don't comment on pending litigation, and that's been the case for as long as I've been reporting on them. We do know some background information. At last check, there were 95 complaints that they were still actively investigating. That might have changed, but we've not heard differently at this point. And remember, there were 351 complaints across 100 districts that was originally reported to the Texas Education Agency. Now, the Texas AFT, they did comment to us, and they said that there was absolutely a chilling effect. The same thing we said earlier, there was a chilling effect brought on by these investigations that TEA is conducting, and they feel confident that once the court is able to look at the evidence, they will prevail in stopping these investigations from moving forward.
Well, Kelly, we appreciate you joining us to talk about this reporting, and you can read more about what she was sharing in this update on our website at KXAN.com. So, Kelly, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we want to get an update now on our forecast.